Imagine a nation once close to the world, a land of samurai, discipline, and isolation. Now imagine that same nation rising in just a few decades, transforming into the most powerful empire in Asia. And then, falling into devastation in 1945. This is the story of Japan, a nation that rose through modernization, fell through war, and rose again through resilience. For over 250 years, Japan was ruled under the Tokugawa shogunate. During this period, Japan followed a strict isolation policy, limiting foreign trade and influence. While Western nations industrialized, Japan remained feudal and traditional. But everything changed in 1868. The Meiji Restoration marked the rebirth of imperial power and the beginning of Japan's modernization. Within decades, Japan transformed itself. Feudalism was abolished. A modern army and navy were built. Railways connected cities. Factories produced steel and weapons. Japan did not modernize slowly. It modernized aggressively. By the early 20th century, Japan sought more than modernization. It sought power. Japan expanded into Korea, annexed in 1910, parts of China, especially Manchuria, later into Southeast Asia, including Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Myanmar. Japan promoted the idea of Greater East Asia co-prosperity sphere, claiming to free Asia from Western colonization. But in reality, many occupied nations experienced military control, forced labor, and suffering. At its peak, Japan controlled a vast empire across Asia and the Pacific. This was the height of its rise. In 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, bringing the United States into World War II. What followed was a brutal war across the Pacific. The United States began pushing back Japanese forces. Slowly, Japan's empire began to collapse. Resources ran out. Cities were bombed. Its navy was destroyed. In 1945, history changed forever. The United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Entire cities were destroyed. Thousands died instantly. Japan faced complete devastation. On August 15, 1945, Japan announced its surrender. The empire had fallen.
And indeed the hope of all mankind, that from this solemn occasion a better world shall emerge out of the blood and carnage of the past.
Japan was left in ruins. Its cities were destroyed. Its economy collapsed. Its military dissolved. From imperial conqueror, Japan became an occupied nation. But Japan did not remain defeated. Under a new democratic constitution, Japan shifted its focus, not on war, but on industry. Factories reopened, technology advanced, education strengthened. From the 1950s to the 1980s, Japan experienced what historians called the economic miracle. It became a world leader in automobiles, electronics, and innovation. Japan rose again, this time through peace. The story of Japan is not just about war. It is about transformation. It teaches us Power can bring dominance. War can bring destruction. Discipline and reform can bring recovery. From isolation to empire, to ashes to innovation. Japan remains one of history's most powerful examples of rise, fall, and rebirth.